Well, welcome back to my channel. Look, I have been trying for hours to basically get to the point where I can do the video without all my neurological issues showing, but they seem to want to visit me today. However, I'm still going to do my best to battle it out, and hopefully you don't notice too much. Okay. All right, so basically this is going to be, rules in my world, part 3, I think. Anyway, also I did want to bid you welcome to my chat room, to my room. Come sit, have a talk, and of course, if you have any questions, hey, ask the lady with the crazy bees in her hair. That's me. Hi, I'm Kitty. So yeah, the topic, I think, in my opinion, considering the ever-growing problem I see everywhere around me, online and outside, in the real world and online, everywhere, are these people that look a lot like Karens, and they're really, really scary. Well, I always thought it would be nice to avoid that kind of person if I were, say, dating. But it would be even better if I were dating online, and I might need, some advice on how to date online and come out alive on the other side. So I'm going to tell you what I do, what I did, my advice, my input, and you can take it, or you can, write a little note on the side, put it in an envelope, mail it back to me, and tell me where to put it. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But what I love about YouTube is that I can tell you how I feel about things, and things that have worked for me. It's a singular perspective. And, on a side note, I would give anything, if anybody could tell me any product that would make these lay flat. Oh my God, it drives me nuts. All right, so dating online, right? Okay. Had not really been my goal, When I was introduced to the internet, I would say about 1997, and I was in the Air Force, and I heard the words email, and I went, "Oh, what's email? What's E anyway? Real goofy person. Yes, me. This person, me. I didn't know what email was. So somebody told me, and I was like, oh, okay. Internet sounds really cool. Not one thought that, it's going to turn into many multiple search engines, and some very specifically for adult entertainment. There are lots of those. Lots of those. No judgment, there are just lots of them. But, yeah, being online, it was interesting. So I would email people, and you start to get to know people from all over the world. Wherever there happens to be an internet connection, it's there. And all of a sudden, you're connected to someone, and they start to get connected to you. And it's unbeknownst to you, not on your to-do list, to find a boyfriend or a girlfriend or any attachment thereof. You're just there to play a game and write stories, because that's the goal, really. Immersion, so that you can have a distraction from the pain that you have to deal with. And yeah, it's just been with me for days, so I figured I've waited long enough. I want to do some video with you guys, so I'm here. But yeah, the internet was huge, and you could meet all sorts of people. And the one thing about the internet, of course, that it offers to everyone is, to a certain point, anonymity. The ability to be, I suppose, whoever they want to be. I saw people lying outright about who they were, what they look like, everything. Some were just fulfilling a fantasy. They wanted to see what it would feel like vicariously. I get that. I mean, I understand that. I do. We all have curiosities, and they go a certain way, and then we want to know, like, well, what would that be like? I get it. But when it comes to making connections with people, the best way, honestly, is time spent with them. And do please move out of texts. Please. I knew several people who they had an established like rapport relationship over time with someone who they had only ever spoken to in text. And they'd fallen in love with this person, and they didn't know what they sounded like or looked like. They just knew what that person told them. That's a level of trust. I can't. I mean, whenever I fall in love, it goes deep and it hurts for a very, very long time. And I just don't like going through that. So, yeah, I held off. But, you would find people that were very surprised that I had spent time on voice or on webcam, with my partner. Well, why wouldn't I? I want to get to know them. And that's, I think, the best way to do it is on those like devices, because you can see what they're like in their natural, surroundings. Like, see what it's like. It's kind of cool. So that's what I did. And I did it for about a year with my partner, the one I'm with now. And we slowly over that year actually fell for each other. And we had actually, prior to any of this, had decided, you know what, I don't want a relationship for a really long time. And it was kind of like our declaration that we'd said and hadn't really wanted to find any connection. So, here we are. And I meet this amazing person. Amazing. Oh my gosh. Quirky and intelligent and quick-witted. Just fantastic. Patient, kind. All these really great characteristics, the things that you look for, that you hope for, and you're like, ooh, yay, I found that person. Well, I had found that person, and I had spent hours and hours on voice with them, and we'd seen each other on webcam, and just as friends, like not intimate or anything. Just, it never really occurred, because I'm not like a highly sexualized person, I guess. I don't judge other people. It's totally cool. And, I mean, sometimes it's cool to look at and it's hot, but, we were more, I think, looking for, companion, love, connection, that kind of thing. And, we found it. It was great. And I did the math, and it's funny because I figured out, actually how many, miles I traveled to actually get to where I am now, and it was quite a lot. I think it was 5,206 miles, and that was, oh goodness, I went I don't know why I say we, but I went from Texas to North Carolina, from North Carolina to New York, from New York to Ireland, and from Ireland to England, and all totaled it came out to a lot of miles. And it was a long trip, but there's something to it, because prior to, my partner had told me, well, I'm going to work overtime. I had no idea how hard she worked. No idea. And I have so much respect for that woman. So much. And she's amazing. I mean, words fail me sometimes, But she worked, I believe it was 9 months. And then I get this email and it says I have a plane ticket, these are the times and places where I need to be, and I'm looking at it, blinking and thinking, is that spam? I wasn't sure, because, you know, you look at your emails and you're thinking, is that real? 'Cause you never know anymore. Google messages me and I'm like, is that really Google? Is that really you? Doesn't matter who. Yahoo. I mean, heck, Killstar sometimes messages me and I'm like, is that really that company? Or is that some like person hacking? I hate the paranoia, but it's true. You know, you just get so paranoid. But no, it was a real plane ticket. Real. Oh my God. So yeah, it was a plane ticket, and I printed it out on the printer like it told me to, and then I showed it to my partner on the webcam, and we both had, like, you know, our moments, because we're real emotional type people. And yeah. And see, what I'm describing there is what I would suggest you guys do. You know, take your damn time. I can't count the amount of times within, say, a decade being online of the people who just ignored me. Whenever they asked me for advice, I'd give it to them and they just act like I never said anything, and they just did whatever they wanted, and next thing you know, their relationship was gone, destroyed, undermined, or something horrible. And it was just, they were such a rush. Oh my gosh, you know, you'd meet people online and some of them within, I kid you not, hours would say, I love you. And my first response is literally, please don't. Just please don't. Because what that means is I'm going to have to log out and wait a while. You know? Take your time. These are emotions. These are hormones. These are real, tangible things. Okay? Take your time. Okay? It is so worthwhile for that decision, you know, it is. It's worthwhile. Take your time. Consider what you really want out of life, okay? Because every time, man, there was one man I knew who would fall in love with somebody. God, it seemed like every month. His whole profile, I love this person, accolades, poems, sonnets, whole plays, I swear, dedicated to whoever he was with. And then there'd be a big dramatic breakup, and 9 times out of 10 they would get married on Second Life. So it was like, okay. Is that your thing? Like, get married, have a big, is it a telenovela or something? I didn't understand, but that was his thing. You know, just really impulsive, passionate, okay. With Gaia and myself, it was always reasonable, you know. I'd wait until she was chilled out from work, and then when she was ready to talk, we'd sit and chat, you know, and she'd game or watch movies, or we'd like time each other and like, okay, count down and then watch a movie together. And that was really fun. Highly recommend that. Don't jump into like physical, sexual things straight off the bat. That's super stressful. I mean, talk about expectations, you know, and if everything equals sex, then what the fuck is the point? You know, I mean, the internet was created for sex. Go find it there. If you want a relationship with someone, then take the time. Take the time to get to know that person, and you'd be surprised. There's a lot of really great people in the world. But yeah, so that's really it. So I had this plane ticket in my hand. It was a one-way ticket, which for a moment I paused and went, But you know what? My heart, my mind wouldn't be swayed. I'm like, no, this is right. This is fine. This is absolutely what you need to do. Okay, fine. Because that intuition, or whatever you want to call it, had always been correct. So rather than fight it for once, I just went with it. And it led me to Gaia, my best friend, and the love of my life. I love her to bits. And, you know, there's room in my heart because of her. So, highly recommend taking your time. And love online is possible, but you just have to be careful. And you know, if somebody needs your help and asks you for a little bit of money, that doesn't mean that they're a bad person or that they're scamming you. But there is a way to kind of tell motivations with people. And the more time you spend around them, I think you can tell a little more, I think, when they're lying. You get to know them. So look after yourself, okay? Take your time. Spend that time with that person. Get to know them. And then, you know, when you feel like you've spent enough time, which I would recommend a few months, then try to meet. And go from there. That, I think, is a good pattern. Or you could travel, you know, as far as I did. And, well, it's been worth it. 2011, I'm still here. But yeah, this is the end of this actual video. I just wanted to like say, Team Box Cutter, I love your channel. Collaboration maybe, be cool. I can get real snarky. But I love your snark. I live for your snark. Let's see. And yeah, thanks everybody. If you want, please subscribe down below. Click the little subscribe button. Subscribe to everything. And you know, share the love with your friends, man. Tell them to come subscribe to me. Come on. You know you want to. Come on. Okay. Mwah. Talk to you later.